having feelings for. You know what I mean? Like, and it was getting brutal. Like, it was like, it would come to things where I'd like, all right, you know, I know we spend the last 12 weeks together and you're pretty cute, but you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, man, it's the name of the game.
That's the part my wife doesn't care for.
No, not life doesn't care. Life will always continue on no matter what. I mean, no matter how bad, and shit can get so bad. Obviously, Brandon, like, you know what I mean? I know like how bad shit can get. And does life care? No, life does not care.
Keeps going.
And you know what's funny? And not to just bring this up, but I feel like fucking Facebook is like, they live in a world where it matters. Everything like, you know, stubbing your toe needs to be put out there. Like, everything fucking needs to be coddled and like, oh my God, let's show it support. Like, oh, okay, guys, you know what I mean? And fuck, bro, like, I know you're not from a generation of that at all. I know I'm not.
And really, when you get older, you realize nothing matters.
No.
You just gotta live day by day and make life what you can, and
I mean,
have a nice day.
That's it, bro. I mean, like, I remember having, not that I don't care about it no more, but shit, I had a list of friends at one point, especially in the music game, DJing. Fuck, I knew everybody, you know what I mean? And I would like get fucked up and hug these people and kiss them and say, I love you. You know, we'll be brothers forever. And I mean, Jesus Christ, ever since then, everything's just gotten like smaller. And, you know, all these people that I thought they were going to be a part of my life forever. I mean, I hope they're okay. I just don't talk to them no more. I don't talk to nobody no more. I'm so in this right here, bro. And in this is my wife, my family, like my mom and dad, my sisters, and all my snakes. Like, that's it. And my alpacas.
Yeah, those people are still part of your life too. They're just a different part of your life.
Yeah, they're just watching, you know, it's just, you know, but it's because you got to understand, man. I mean, not that you don't understand, but like, my life is these fucking animals. I'm at a point where, you know, 3 years ago, I had 4 snakes. Now I have close to 200. I have, you know, almost, you know, I have a Bell's lace monitor, about to have 2. Like, it just, things are just moving up, and I'm excited, but I don't miss a beat, bro. Like, I'm home every day. Like, I'm, you know, thanks to COVID, you know, I used to run a gym. You know, I made most of my money came from, you know, running and working at gyms, but obviously that went to shit, right? But because of that, I had no reason to leave my house at all, and I kept putting everything back into the animals. And then my breeding seasons, all my money from my breeding seasons went back into animals. So I had last year was my biggest investment year. So I made my most money breeding, but all that money went into getting more animals. So and that's how I want it to be, bro. Like, it's I don't know. I'd say I don't have a life, but I do have a life because I'm living the dream. I'm having so much fun. Shit.
That's awesome, dude. Same here. I worked a day job up until last summer, and you know, that chapter closed, and we decided, my wife and I, we were kind of working towards this goal anyway. Of me quitting my job. She stayed at home and raised the kids, and now that the kids are in school, you know, our goal was for her to go back to work, but she is high risk for COVID, so she was going into nursing. Can't do that. That kind of put a big wrench in the spokes, and so I decided, you know, we're going to do it anyway, and we've made it work, and you know, it just continues to grow and get better and better every day. And you know, I had a lady at FedEx this week kind of criticize me about keeping or shipping the snakes, and you know, I thought to myself, you know, I do this for a living because I love it. And I could be working a day job somewhere that I absolutely hate and be miserable, but I'm doing what I love, and I don't have to leave my house to do it. And I don't have to answer to anyone.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'll tell you what helps you get far in this world nowadays is having social skills. It really does. Like, you know, having social skills. But you know how hard that is to have in this day and age?
It is.
Because how fucked up people are and how they judge you on everything you say, and like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Like, bro, like, I was a different person in a gym. Like, bro, I was fucking shaking hands and kissing babies, wouldn't cuss, you know, and I wouldn't mind that because you know, I mean, yeah, I would, you know, if it was one-on-one, I would cuss, but I wasn't, you know, to the members, you know, I was very like, you know, cordial, because that's how I wanted to be. But you know,
when you get to know people, you act like yourself.
And that's when people really would like me. And that's when, you know, you understand, I sold a lot of personal training. And, you know, if anyone sold personal training out there, yeah, it's easy if you know what the fuck you're doing. But if you've never sold personal training, try it. Good luck. It's really, really hard. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, like it all came down to me being real, me sharing a story with somebody and just being genuine. Because who wants to be sold anything? Nobody wants to be sold anything, right? So just fucking be real, you know, just say it how it is. But, you know, like I said, when I was able to just, you know, because I came in this industry, man, and as I was growing, meeting people, I had people telling me, hey, you shouldn't cuss on your stories. You know, you shouldn't smoke. You shouldn't do this. And I'm like, am I fucking making a page for children? Like, am I saying, hey, this is MJ Exotics for 12-year-olds? Like, no, I'm a grown man. There's other out there people who are grown men and grown women who have reptiles without kids. It's not, doesn't all have to be about kids. This podcast ain't for children. I'm a fucking cuss. Fuck, cuss. I don't care. I'll cuss all I want. But yeah, you know, I got that vibe in the beginning of doing this, but then I stuck to my guns and I didn't care because guess what? Do those people pay my bills? No.
Exactly.
Are they buying my snakes? No. Like, am I buying snakes from them? No. You know what I mean? All knows. So, you know, and that's why I do appreciate everyone who does fuck with this channel, even you being here, because how real I am. I just, you know, I don't like to sugarcoat shit, you know. And
I'm the same way. And you know, a lot of people dislike that, or they think I'm an asshole because of it.
Right.
I'm just being nice. You know, I don't want to tell someone something that isn't truthful coming out of my mouth just to make them feel good. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And, you know, that's kind of the older I get, the less filtered I am. And, you know, I try to do it in a tactful way, but a lot of times people don't want to hear the truth.
Brandon, how many people out there, and, you know, I'm one of them, but how many people out there have dealt with somebody who you thought liked you this entire time, but it turned out it was never that way? You know what I mean? Or it never was what you thought it was. You know what I mean? And it's because there's people who are just passive aggressive, or just they can't say how it is. They can't, but when you're not around, they could say how it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's right there is that's to me, that's living a miserable life. If you can't just express how you feel and you could harbor it and hide it, if you could put it somewhere and put a fucking fake ass smile on, like a lot, like, dude, that's nuts. That takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work.
It eats away at you.
It does. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But
I'm like naturally, I'm a very introverted person anyway. That's probably why I play drums.
That's funny. Why is that? Okay, it's funny you said that, because my uncle Jamie's a drummer. Okay, and he's like, I don't know. I guess my uncle Chuck, he plays bass, but you know, I don't know. I think guys in bands, other than the singers, are kind of introverts. Like, they're not like, you know, kind of, I don't know. Is bass players and drummers kind of the same?
Bass players and drummers, usually the guys that are kind of laid back and just kind of.
Chicks want them the most. Yeah. That's one thing I was always told, that the chicks always want the drummers, and
I got the hot chick that I wanted, so
it's exactly, there you go, winning. Ship it. Dude, okay. I mean, I'm a huge music guy, man. I love music. So you a metalhead, or what kind of band were you in? Like, I got to hear this.
You know, I kind of grew up being a metalhead, but I listened to everything, you know, from back in the 70s when I was a kid, in the early 80s. My grandparents, you know, they listened to classic country. 80s, you know, I grew up on the 80s pop and the 80s hair metal scene. And so I like a wide variety of music. The last serious band I played in was a band called Sideshow Romance. We put out 2 CDs that really, it is so hard to get any traction in the music industry.
It's
everything tough about it is crooked and shady.
It is.
And people would always say, yeah, you know, you're on tour, it must be awesome, you know, this like crazy party lifestyle. You're getting everything handed to you. It's like, no,
Really.
it's a lot of work. It's tough. It's tiresome, and
Babysitting.
stressful.
I'm sure you had
Exactly. Yeah. You know, it's like being married to 5 different people that all have these combative, different personalities, and you know, they may be in a good mood one day and a shitty mood the next day, and getting in a fight with their girlfriend or wife and taking it out on you. And so, I mean, it is a juggling act, but it was, you know, some of the best times of my life too.
Yeah, I mean, it just made you grow up so much. I'm sure, like it's probably made you learn a lot about yourself and whatnot. I'm sure there's a lot of things you used to do that you'll never do again, and like that sort of thing.
Yeah. I've always been kind of a need to know personality, where I want everything. Like, I want to know what the schedule is.
Yeah,
Detail. What time do we need to be here? When is sound check? When is our, you know, how long are our sets? And